cope with a good example of the dealers today trying desperately to cope with a sell move. Well, you can see that the dealers were short from the top edges here, the 23,800 level, the level that myself and by the looks of it, quite a few of you were actually on, not just myself and Melvin. Reeve was on this as well. Hopefully, a few more of you coming in this 23,800 level. Dealers were short. They kind of stayed short overall. They stayed short, and you can see the lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, all the way into the cash open. And then to the cash open, they were a little bit slow in responding to that sell-off. They certainly never bought it, that's for sure. But they're certainly still on the pull here, aren't they? They're on the pull. And then they close off here. They closed the whole move off here. You see a buyer came in here. So that still looks really short. So, obviously at that stage, there's no chance that you're going to buy it. Then interestingly, they probably noticed a buyer coming in here. You see something happening here where the dealers actually go spike to the upside, but that's got to now hold the bid, and it didn't hold the bid, did it? So they've seen some toxic buying coming in probably from this green candle. That's just probably a toxic order flow buyer coming in from a sell trade. In other words, a profit taker. So the dealers go straight back on the heavy short, and the heavy short comes in, and they stay short, and then they start seeing this toxic buyer again coming up. You see them? So you see the blue square? Well, they're starting to recognize a toxic buyer coming in. So obviously at that stage there, you're now thinking to yourself, okay, if we see that toxic buyer coming in and we see them coming back in and refreshing, this should be easy enough to now go bid. See how the dealers have now gone bid here? So with the dealers now bid, you're going to be looking at this from a market maker point of view and saying, right, let it go down, let it start looking for some blue boxes. There's the blue box right there. The deal book gets the bottom tick price. And there it is right there. You can see the deal book shows up right there. There's the blue box at the bottom edge. You might say, but would this not be a buy trade here? I think it's a little bit early because this could spike higher and drop. We haven't seen a higher bid yet. So I think this one's too early. I think we need to wait this one out. And then we wait it out. We're waiting for the blue box. We get the blue box right there. That's the buy trade there. And that's the money right there. That's the money shot. And obviously that trade there coming off the 620s, just traded 690s for 70 points. This is, of course, a 1 minute chart. So 70 points in 1 minute, $1,400 in just 5 or 6, 7 minutes, which is pretty good. So you see the deal book handled it actually very, very well indeed. There was never any real concerns about what was happening. The higher bid, the higher held bid up here, the big drop here into liquidity, the very obvious buy reversal from here, and the takeaway from that trade, absolutely spectacular. Just almost as good a trade as this one. In fact, some might say that this is a better trade because this was a dead obvious top edge, but this is catching a falling knife. Well, deal book just caught a falling knife to the tick. Just caught a falling knife to the tick here. So brilliant trade, brilliant outcome. I like it.